Welcome back, friends, to our final session together. And we're going to begin by practicing the pause, and we're going to use it for benevolent detachment. I just give everyone and everything to you, and we're going to use it for healing our union. Okay? So here we go. Jesus, I give everyone and everything to you. I give everyone and everything to you. What do I need to release, Lord? And Jesus, I pray that you would restore our union. Restore our union. Heal our union, Lord. So we've been on this journey together to get our lives back and get out of the madness and find the life of God in us again and just be able to breathe and drink more deeply from all that He is bringing us. So I want to describe a piece of the madness that is affecting us in ways I don't know that we've noticed. So it started with an email the other day I got in one of those YouTube videos that somebody was sending to me. And, yes, it was outrageous. And yes, it got my attention because it was crazy. Okay, this is the stuff in our inbox. And what it was a beautifully done, amazing video of a guy riding a motorcycle on a wave in the ocean. No kidding. This, some amazing dirt bike rider had figured out how to put floats on his dirt bike, and he was also a surfer, and he wanted to bring his joys together. And so he literally surfed a wave in Tahiti on a motorcycle. Okay, so yep, it was impressive, and yep, it got my attention. I dropped everything I was doing, and this is the problem, right? The fantastic, the outrageous, the stuff that's just so wild, it grabs us. And man, this is in our daily feed, and it is giving us the wrong impression. And the impression is this, that if you're really living, if you are living life and filled with soul and, over the top joy and excitement, your life looks like that, right? You're out there just doing fantastic things. And it's not true. And that's really good news. Because friends, life is in the dailies. It really is. Back in my day, as an older guy, to propose to a girl, yeah, you took her out to dinner, maybe, or you went to the beach for sunset, or you took a walk together and you got down on your knee and asked her to marry you. And nowadays, that is considered so lame. Like, no way, you've got to, take her skydiving and ask her while you're falling from 30,000 feet, or you're, kayaking over a waterfall together, and that's your proposal moment. And there's always somebody there to video it, right, and make a film of it. And it is crazy, folks. This is not real life. It's just not true. Life is not lived in the fantastic. God is waiting for us in the dailies, okay? Think about marriage and friendship for a moment. They're not built on the fantastic. Now, yes, Stacy and I love to travel, and we got to go to Hawaii for our 35th. But honestly, marriage and friendship are built in the really small things. It's going out for coffee together. It's doing the dishes in the evening. It's how was your day, right? It's taking walks, and it's reading to one another, or just sitting in the same room while you're both reading something else. This is really, really good news, because this culture of ours keeps pressuring us to be amazing and be fantastic and be over the top. And it's actually really hard on the soul. If you want your soul back, if you want your life back, if you want more of God, the good news is you're going to find it in the dailies, okay? And your soul will let you know. Your soul will let you know how you're doing. I do take a daily walk, and it is really important for me. I love it. It's either in the morning or in the evening. And I keep running into the same guy in our neighborhood. He's a dog walker as well. And he's got this little mutt that I can't figure out what breed it is. It kind of looks like a loaf of bread with legs. It's just this square little dog, cute little thing, sort of short face. But here's what I love about this dog. Every time I see this guy, he is dragging this thing behind him. The dog is all the way back out at the end of the leash behind him, right? And he's sort of dragging it along. And the other day, as I was driving out in the morning and I saw them walking, the dog had laid down on the sidewalk with his paws up in the air, like, I'm not going any farther. And I laughed and I thought, that's my soul. That's me and my soul. That's me dragging my soul along at a pace it doesn't want to keep. And friends, just pay attention. Your soul will let you know how it's doing. Okay, so this is what I want to give you in our final session. I want to give you the idea of barometers, signposts, indicators, gauges to kind of tell how you're doing. You should have some in your life that when do you know you're not doing well? What are the barometers for that? I mentioned earlier that for me it was discovering that when I was with my grandchildren, I was not present to them. I was distracted and couldn't engage. And frankly, I found it a little irritating how much time they wanted. It's terrible. Like, I love them and I want to be with them, but that was a good barometer for me. And I'd like to report that as a result of these practices, this summer, I've had some wonderful time with my grandchildren, and I didn't need to go anywhere. I felt more present. There was just more of me was back. I was like back and wholehearted and able to love and to engage. Okay, so what are your barometers? Let's start on the negative side here. Do people irritate you? Do you need caffeine and sugar to make it through the day? Are you more angry in traffic than usual? And how about this? Does the 1 minute pause irritate you? Right? Honestly, I'm the guy that wrote this book, and there's some days that when my phone reminds me, I'd have a little reminder to do the pause a couple times a day. I'm so irritated by the intrusion. It's like, whoa, barometer, you're not doing well. But most importantly, have you stopped doing those things that once brought you life and brought you more of God? Okay? And then on the positive side, we should have some positive barometers too. What are those things that if you're doing them in the simple dailies, okay, not kayaking off waterfalls, but in the simple dailies, you're doing well, okay? For me, was I able to pay attention to what Stacy was saying to me in the morning as we were, having our morning together before we both left into our day? Do I want to see my grandchildren? The positive barometers for me is my walk, my daily morning or evening walk, such a simple thing. Now, I love adventure and I love the fantastic, but I can't do those every day. The daily things, there's just some positive things. Do I have time for beauty? Have I made room for beauty in my life this week? Okay, so we're going to do a little exercise right now. Pull out something to write with if you can, if you've got your study guide. If not, just kind of do it in your head so you can write this down later. So first we're going to start with, for you, in your life, when do you know you're not doing well? What are the indicators for you? What are the barometers when you are cooked and fried and running on fumes, when you have just been pushed into the shallows? Okay, what's that for you? Okay, now let's go to the positive side. And for you, in the things that you love and the life that you love with God, what are the simple dailies, the simple weeklies for you that remind you, yep, I'm living well. If I'm maintaining this, I'm on course. I'm taking care of my soul and I'm getting out of the madness. For you, just write down a few of those things. And they may be things that you used to do and you want to get back to. That's fine. Write them down so that you remember to get back to them. Here's the wonderful thing I love about barometers is that your soul will let you know. All right, the soul eventually will not cooperate. If the soul is neglected, if the soul is unattended, if you're not receiving union in life, if you're not getting some joy, your soul will let you know. Honestly, filming this series last night, I came home a little cooked. I was stressed, I was tired, there was a bunch of chaos in my personal life, and I just wanted relief. I didn't care about restoration. I just wanted relief. My soul's like, come on, let's just go watch some TV. So I did. I went downstairs. I knew what I was doing. I knew it wouldn't work, but I did it anyway. Went downstairs, tried to turn on some soccer, and it didn't work. It wasn't what my soul needed. It wasn't the nourishment for the moment. And so I turned it off, and Jesus said, just go outside. Just sit on the porch, 5 minutes. And so this is 9 p.m. Go outside, sit on the porch, and there's crickets, and there's the stars, and there's this beautiful, cool evening breeze coming down from the mountains. And it did not take long, to realize, yes, this is the God I love. This is who you are. This is who we are. I love saying that to him. This is who you are. This is who we are. This is what our life is. And I receive you again. I release everything to you. I pray for our union. So your soul lets you know. And you know what? If you look in the eyes of the people around you, their souls will let you know too how they're doing. Because we are way late in the war, friends. We are way late in the war. And most people are losing. It's a long, slow war of attrition. You can just see the light going out of their eyes. They're so harried and haggard. They're completely distracted by media and the web and the chaos, and they don't have any time to take care of themselves. They have never taken a moment to pay attention to their neglected soul. There's no beauty. There's beauty coming to them, but they're not receiving beauty into their life, and they don't have any idea how to find union with God. Humanity is in bad shape. And I think in this moment, we can be kind of like the desert fathers and mothers. We can be this countercultural presence that's offering another way, right? This presence of, wait, like, you do what? You turn your phone off when you get home? I tried texting you last night. You didn't answer me until 9 o'clock this morning. You go, yeah, I get off all that in the evening. Whoa, what do you do? And you can kind of describe your life. I think we can live a life where people see that what they are aching for is actually available. They'll see the light in your eyes. They'll see the restoration that you're experiencing. And it's all in the dailies, friends. So here as we're winding up, I just want to give you a couple of encouragements. The world that we're living in right now requires a life that is saturated with God. It requires a soul that is well and strong and resilient. And you know the double bind. This world is never going to invite you there. This world is going to fight that and try and take that from you constantly. So we've got to make some choices. What will you do to get your life back? What will you do to live a sane life? Doesn't have to be amazing, doesn't have to be over the top. So here's my verse for you. I want to go to Paul the Apostle Paul for you in Philippians. Keep putting into practice all you learned and received from me, everything you heard from me and saw me doing, and then the God of peace will be with you. Philippians 4:9. What I love about that verse is the kindness of it. Paul is saying, just keep giving it a try. Just keep putting into practice the things that you've seen and heard are helpful for the soul and bring you more of God. And then the God of peace will be with you. There's a graciousness to it. He's not saying, get it right, get it perfect. God is nowhere in the pressure to be amazing. This isn't about being amazing, okay? This is about the dailies. So the things we've talked about and the things that you'll discover in the study guide and so much more in the book, just put those things into practice in the dailies, and God will be with you. I hope that this has been helpful to you. And if it has been, I hope you'll invite a few more folks into it, because there's a lot of hurting souls out there that need this. And there's more, lots more. Kept referring to the book through the series. If you haven't read it, hope you do. It'll really refresh your soul. And there's a whole bunch at our website at ransomedheart.com. Conferences we do, retreats for restoring the soul, podcasts, and more videos like this that we do to help you get your soul back and help you be strong in this world. May the God of peace be with you.
All right. Well, we're going to close out our service by heading into our discussion time now. So we've got about half an hour where every table should have a table leader with just some simple questions that they're going to ask just to facilitate some conversations. Some of you may have just a couple of people on your table, so it might be a good idea to just jump on with another table, kind of combine forces just to help with discussion a little bit. But yeah, so we've got about half an hour, and then, yeah, I'll kind of give some notices to wrap up as well. All right, go for it, guys.